Alright, I'm doing one of these for my son before I go out, and this is Spaetzle inspired creamy bacon orzo. I hope I pronounced all those words right, but anywho, I already had some bacon cooked, so I chopped that up, and it comes with a salad of kale and apple slices, and then the orzo, and it's very simple. And so we've already cooked the bacon. The orzo is cooking. I know I will clean my stove this weekend, you guys. I'm not really a person that's too much into detail. So we browned the bacon a little further, and we left the drippings in the pan and put the diced onions and the orzo in there. Fun fact, I've never cooked orzo, and I don't like the other, what is that creamy, risotto. I'm not a fan of risotto. So anyways, I had the boiling water. The only thing I didn't like about this is, see, it says you'll need. It didn't list the boiling water there. And you probably think, well, that's not a big deal. Just boil some dang water. But as someone that likes to prepare everything and get it all ready and all set out, I'd appreciate if everything is there. Like, especially if you have learning issues or whatever. Because then this says 2 cups of water. And then this says 1 3/4 cups of water. So it threw me for a loop. It's little details like that could throw someone off. So anyways, this should be done. I added a little bit of black pepper, but I didn't add any salt because my son can just add as much. I don't have butter, but I do have a bit of ghee that I'm going to add in there. It said a tablespoon, but I think that would be way too much. And we already have the beef drippings in there. Oh, sorry, bacon drippings. And I might have wanted to caramelize the onions a little bit more. Like, before you add water into the orzo, you cook the orzo and the onions for about a minute. I might have wanted to add the onions first, brown them a little deeper, and then add the orzo for a minute, and then your water. I think that's how I would do it for next time. And again, you can keep these little cards in a good food box. You can keep these little cards and maybe make a little note there, you know, to brown the onions. So we're adding the caramelized onion. And the sour cream, which comes in this little thing. So that's one thing I always forget to grab at the grocery store is sour cream. Cream if you're using it for cooking, like not if you're making dips or anything, but you could, you can freeze it, you know. So this is, cooking time, it's done. And I guess it's gonna absorb the water. I'm just gonna turn the heat up a little bit more. It smells good. I guess I should really be using a fork for this. Yeah, the ghee is a nice alternative, but I think butter would have been more creamy. And you want anything like risotto or orzo to be creamy. Yeah, so this is what it's supposed to look like when it's done. So it's not quite reached there yet. So let's see. I guess it'll absorb the liquid as it goes. It looks pretty good. Yeah, so these are supposed to be 15-minute recipes. So tops 20 by the time you prep everything. But yeah, I added the proper amount of water, and it's got the proper cooking time, but it doesn't seem to be absorbing the water yet. So I'll give it another 4 minutes. And then obviously you'd add your bacon on top, nice and crispy. And my son likes his bacon crispy, but other people don't like it like that. So obviously you would cook your bacon. I just chopped it real, rough, and then you'd obviously just cook it to your liking. Like some people just literally just like brown it in a pan for about 4 minutes and then they're done. Other people like it crispy, so you do it how you want to do it. But yeah, I definitely have to add an extra 4 minutes to the cooking time of the orzo. So anywho, that's it. I'll wait 1 more minute to show you what it's going to look like. And then I'm out the door. I already told you I'm going to clean my oven this weekend. And that's it. It's taking a little longer. Everyone's stoves and ovens are different. So you always, when you're watching the videos, always kind of take it into consideration that everyone's is different. So this said to simmer for 9 minutes, but I had to turn it up to about 7, which is pretty high to get it. See how it's coming together now? It's getting that creamy texture. There we go. Now we are getting somewhere. My friend, he's like a father figure to me. He has a rental unit, and we had to go inspect it the other day. And when we went in, because I was going to do some content in there, when we went in, because the front door the unit had gotten broken into, and when we went in, we looked around. We didn't notice anything missing or anything, left behind. So we just assumed that they just broke the door and left or whatever. And then we went into the kitchen, and it took a minute before we realized. Well, I realized there's no stove, and there was no stove and no washer and dryer as well. So that's how bad things are getting around these parts. It's not funny, but you have to, in this lifetime, if you can't laugh at something, you have to find funny in all things. You have to embrace your dark humor sometimes, just to deal with some things that may or may not get thrown your way. But yeah, so it's a very vintage house. So I wanted to do some content in there. Thought it would be kind of nice change of scenery. Okay, yeah, definitely a longer time and turn up your heat, because it said 9 minutes on a simmer. This definitely needed 12 minutes on higher than a simmer. 7. Simmer on my stove is about a 5. And then obviously when it sits, it's gonna absorb some of the water. So then we add our bacon on there. Some people like it on top. Some people like it mixed in. We're just gonna do a little dash there, and that's it. I'm gonna take it off the heat, just so it doesn't overcook. Give it a little shimmy, give it a little shake. And there we go. Looks kind of pretty. You could add some other ingredients. I don't know if parsley would go into that mix, but okay. I've done my due diligence today. Have a great day, y'all. Bye-bye.